Good morning, Acton, and welcome to Java with John, hosted by Town Manager John Mangiaratti. Java with John streams every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on ActonTV's YouTube channel. You can also listen live on the radio at 94.9 FM. Tune in weekly for important information from the Town Manager, Health Department, and Council on Aging, as well as a variety of special guests. Residents can contact us with questions or comments at 978-929-6611 or email manager@actonma.gov.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Java with John program. It's April 9th, Friday morning. We hope you're all doing well and enjoying this warmer weather we've been having. In Acton, the Select Board, that's the biggest news, I think. So this week, we had our last Board of Selectmen meeting ever. At the town election last week, the voters affirmed the decision of town meeting from last year to change our chief elected officials from a Board of Selectmen to a Select Board. So while there's a little bit of paperwork that we need to do and our bylaws need to be updated a little bit at the next town meeting, the change is official and we now have a Select Board instead of a Board of Selectmen. So make a note of that, and it's really an interesting and exciting development, and many other communities have done it, and I'm glad that we're one of them. So we usually start this program with a public health update. Heather York, our Director of Nursing, is attending to some other matters right now, so I'm going to do my best to fill in for her. Generally, I think what Heather would say is that there's a little bit of a concerning spike that we're seeing, both in the statewide, but also in Acton. We were down into the single digits of cases a few weeks ago, but we're now back up to 41 cases as of yesterday in the community, which is the highest it's been since late January. So it's a concern. I think a lot of people are getting vaccinated, which is very exciting, but there is still a risk out there, and people still need to be mindful of all the measures that we're supposed to be taking. Other health updates, we are still working to create a regional vaccination clinic and a public vaccination site at the Kmart property. There's no news to report on that as of right now, but it is. I guess the news is that it's not a non-starter. There's still a chance that we could do it. So we're going to work on that, and we'll try to get an update to you as soon as we have anything to report. And we're getting some support from our delegation to help advocate for that. And we'll be working with 8 other towns. So it's a nice, hopefully a potential good opportunity to help the community out. So shifting gears to some more budget-related things. I was very impressed with Tuesday night. We had all the department and division heads present our annual operating budget to the Select Board and the Finance Committee, and they did an outstanding job presenting not just their budgets, but they gave a very good overview of all the services and programs and the passion for which they provide services to our community. So it's on ActonTV or YouTube. I encourage you to check it out. It would have been the April 6th Select Board or Finance Committee meeting, and I'd encourage you to watch that. You'll learn a lot about all the things that we do every day and how the budget that we're proposing connects to those services. Other matters related to the budget, on Monday, the 12th, the Select Board will be voting or considering to vote to approve the budget that I've recommended. And then from there, it would be transmitted to the Finance Committee, and they will review that as part of the process leading up to our annual town meeting, which, as you all know, did not happen this week. It's going to be happening in June this year. Our annual town meeting is June 21st. And as of right now, we're planning to do it both inside the gymnasium and outside in the parking lot. So you can pick whichever place you feel most comfortable. So why don't we start with Sharon? And Sharon, why don't you tell us what's happening with the Council on Aging this week?
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning. So again, weather's nicer. We're starting to see people out. We're being very cautious, but trying to move forward as the state reopens. We'd like to start introducing some new programming at the senior center, some in person. So on Monday, we're going to be doing a walk the neighborhood with Terri. So that's going to be a walking group that you need to sign up for. we've had such a response that we've needed to add a second class. So that will be happening on Friday. And Terri is one of our guests today, so I'll leave her to talk more about that. At 11 o'clock on Monday, the Friends will be having their meeting. They usually meet at 1, but due to a conflict, they moved their meeting to 11 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, we're doing a program on Prescription Advantage. So that can help offset costs of your Medicare Part D. So sign up to learn about that. On Tuesday, we're beginning a drawing class from 9 to 11. At 10 o'clock is the COA board meeting. And at noon, we're doing a drive-through lunch. So if you haven't signed up, please do so. We do need to give a final head count by Friday afternoon. Wednesday, we have a fabulous program on John Singer Sargent, an incredible artist. So you'll be seeing some of his less popular works and learning about them. And at 1:30 is Computer Club. Thursday morning at 11, we have Laugh for Your Health. And then, of course, Friday at 10, Java with John. Just wanted to let folks know Siddharth Krishna, that's our Eagle Scout. He's been working on an Eagle Scout project. He's wrapping that up. So if you're still interested in talking to Siddharth or one of the scouts about fire safety and your smoke alarms, please do so. Sign up as soon as possible. He's hoping to complete the phone calls and then work on presenting his project to council. So that's good news. Also a reminder, I hear from a lot of folks that the seniors that are vaccinated, and I think they feel like that's their golden ticket, and someday it will be. But at this point, Board of Health is really stressing that we do need to keep in mind, we still need to stay 6 feet apart. We need to wear masks. Just because you're vaccinated, they are seeing some cases that people are still getting COVID. So, just that awareness that you still need to be protecting yourselves. Also, last week I mentioned that your vaccine card, if you do have your vaccine card, you want to make sure you've got a copy of that. And that Staples is laminating it for free. They've actually extended the date that they're doing that, so you can go through July to get your vaccine card laminated. And if you need help making a copy of it, you can also contact the COA. We can make a copy for you. That's all I have for today. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Sharon. I guess I should have mentioned in my opening remarks that we are getting some questions about when town buildings will be open to the public again. Many of you may have seen that the library started their in-person browsing service this week, which is a limited opportunity for people to come in, grab some books, and then make sure you're out of there in a quick amount of time. But it's great to see people back in the building. We're tentatively planning to open the town hall for public activity, not meetings necessarily, but just interactions with staff starting May 3rd. And we're looking at all of our other buildings in some capacity at that date too. As Sharon mentioned, the senior center it's not going to be open the way it was in the past, but we're looking at some limited ways to have people access the building starting on May 3rd. So that's assuming health trends continue or go back to going in the right direction, and we look forward to welcoming people back in. So one of our stars of our virtual programming over the last years is Terri Zaborowski. She's here today to tell us what she's been up to and what's planned.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Sharon, for asking me to be a guest speaker today. It's an honor. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Terri Zaborowski, and I'm the exercise instructor for the Town of Acton Council on Aging. And I've been doing this for a little over 20 years. Sometimes it's hard to believe it's been that long, and other times it feels like it was, just yesterday. This is a second career for me. I started out in the fitness industry and getting certified as a fitness instructor because I wanted a more flexible work-family balance, and my classes just grew exponentially. I started out in Acton, and I'm teaching at other towns as well as other fitness facilities, and it's been the most rewarding job that I've ever had, second to motherhood, of course. My kids are all grown now and graduated college, and I'm still really enjoying teaching fitness, especially for the 65 and over crowd. partly because it's just so rewarding and it's very inspirational to see seniors knowing how important it is to stay active and to be able to continue with their activities of daily living, and how dedicated this group really is compared to maybe other demographics. So as you know, I was teaching about 23 classes a week pre-COVID. That might seem like a lot, but honestly, it's never really felt like work to me. I enjoy it that much. I feel really blessed to be one of the lucky ones that really truly enjoys what I do. And so in March of 2020, everything came to this crashing halt, and I found myself like everyone else did, what now? What do we do? And I have to say, um, thanks to Sharon Mercurio, who reached out to me right away before we had the total lockdown. She said, Terri, do you think you could come in and maybe record some of your classes so that at least we have some offerings for our seniors? And I said, absolutely. Um, with the help of ActonTV, thank you so much, and Lori Cooney, we were able to record some of my classes and put them up on ActonTV and on the YouTube channel so that people can have that access on demand as well. And I'm happy to report that we still have that going strong. Not necessarily the same recording that I did back March of last year, but I actually, when we were in total lockdown, did a few from my living room. And it was kind of, just a real bare bones, like, okay, I guess I'm doing this now. Put together some videos, and my dog was even in some of the frames, not even knowing. And it's funny because some of the seniors have reached out to me and said, oh, I love your dog. What's your dog's name? I had no idea he was even in. But it's been fun, and kudos to ActonTV. They edited my home videos and they got it up, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the seniors, and I am so thrilled that people are watching me and doing the videos and staying active, because let's face it, it's all we have. I mean, in terms of, it's the most important thing that we have in terms of keeping up our immunity and staying healthy during this time of, this pandemic. So that's been really rewarding for me. But in addition to that, we did Tips with Terri on Tuesday at 10, say that 10 times fast. Our program coordinator, Chris Chokas, again, always thinking outside the box. She said, how can we bring you to the seniors in a way that's a little more personal than maybe just seeing you on the videos and doing your classes? And she said, would you be willing to maybe do once a week, a Zoom call where you could do a few stretches, maybe, for upper body, and then maybe just talk to the seniors about different tips on health and wellness. So we've been doing that, and it's been great. And I have now stopped doing the Tips with Terri because I have, like I said, the walking group coming up, which I'm really excited for now that we're starting to open up and add some things. But in addition to that, the hotline, which I never expected, but there it is, also working for the town, has been really eye-opening and inspirational in terms of serving the community in a different way, and the community at large, and how the town government works to help the community, not just in general, but during a pandemic when people are like, where do I get COVID tests, right? When in the beginning of the pandemic, to now, where do I get vaccinated? So that's been really eye-opening, and I feel like I'm grateful for all of the work and the connection that I've had to the community. And it's kind of coming at a weird time where I'm celebrating my 20th year here for the town of Acton, but I really truly do feel blessed, and most of it is the seniors that I serve, and also the community at large. So that's been great. And Kristen, shout out to Kristen Alexander, who has spearheaded the hotline for keeping the hotline workers like myself updated weekly on things that we need to know, so that we can not just field the calls, but also answer questions, so that we're taking some of the calls that people have commonly asked questions during the pandemic. But one of the things that I get a lot of questions about is like, how can I stay active during this pandemic? I'm not going anywhere. I'm in my home. What can I do? And I'm really, my answer to them is, do what feels good to you. Do something that you know that you're going to continue with and do regularly, because it's really about getting regular exercise and doing it. At least the CDC and the and other organizations recommend that you get 150 minutes per week. So that's roughly like 3 1-hour exercise classes a week. And it's something that you need to just keep moving, get out for a walk. The weather's been great. Even just standing up and sitting down in your chair is a great exercise because it builds muscle in your legs. Maybe if you have, bad knees or bad hips or whatnot, you can have some weights near your easy chair, and during your commercial break at the 6 o'clock news, you're doing some arm curls or arm raises. Again, accessing on ActonTV or the on-demand YouTube, you can do any of my videos that I have, and and hopefully we'll start to see more of each other in person. And I feel lucky to be here, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Terri, and thanks for all those programs that you've been doing and what you have planned for seniors going forward. It sounds very interesting. So thanks again. So our next guests are a new local business in town. They are located in West Acton. It's called The Bee's Knees. It focuses on British imports. And I'm very excited to be joined this morning by Lucinda, Trish, and Donna, who are here to tell us what is The Bee's Knees and everything else about your store. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Sharon, for inviting us in. I'm Lucinda. I'm here with my colleagues, Donna and Trish. Donna and I started the business about 10 years ago. We're all born in England. Trish and I raised our whole lives in England. Donna went backwards and forwards a bit, but we all have that shared heritage, and we thought there was some great products that weren't available here. We started off very, very small 10 years ago and started with just a website and importing some British products, and it's grown from there. Trish came on board a couple of years ago, another fellow Brit. We're from 3 different corners in England, but have that shared heritage. And we've built our website. We redid it a few years ago, and the business has been growing and growing. And last year we were actually fortunate that when the pandemic hit, that we were ready to go with online sales. I think other shops, it was hard to build that from scratch overnight, and we were fortunate that that was our business. So we were able to just keep going, and people were online shopping. So we were very fortunate that our business grew. We have a very active Facebook community and interact with lots of people from all over the country on Facebook, which is really nice. And we kind of kept that going through the pandemic, posting nice pictures of nice things, and to share on the community. And then we used to do an open house at my house for local friends and family. We realized in August that wasn't going to be able to happen. So I'll let Donna tell you how we ended up where we are now.
So quick change of gears. I'm the American speaking British person, just by the way. Since we couldn't hold our open house, we decided we would look around to see if we could hold like a pop-up shop, which we did in West Concord. We opened a little shop in West Concord from the 15th of October until about the first week of January. And it was received so well. We thought, well, okay, let's see if we can find a more permanent spot. And what better a place to find a more permanent spot than in West Acton, where we all live in Acton. So it was a perfect time for us to move into the community, which has been very, very welcoming. We're really happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Trish.
And since we've moved here, we've become involved in the local businesses around here. It's a nice little group that support each other. We all live nearby, and we're coping during COVID by limiting our numbers in the shop. But a lot of our customers, we are the only place they go out to shop in and feel comfortable. So we've had quite a lot of foot business. For those that aren't comfortable shopping in person, they can go onto our website and they can pick up the items from the store. We'll bring them to the door for them. They don't have to come in if they don't want to. So it's kind of sort of fitted in with some people in that way, to make them feel more comfortable. Whatever works for people, you know. But we've been increasingly busy, haven't we? Having fun in the shop, meeting all the local people that we have never met before, and really just, you know, it's a great time for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's great that you had the online system already set up. I know a lot of people had to work hard to get there. It's nice that you had that all set up and you were able to start your brick and mortar presence. I guess what is the best seller? What's the product that you move the most of over there?
That's what I was going to say. What do we actually sell? So it is British imports. The majority of what we sell is handmade in England, all British designers. There's a brand called Emma Bridgewater, which has, she's very, very popular. Lots of collectors. So this is like a William and Kate. They're celebrating their 10-year wedding anniversary. So this brand of Emma Bridgewater is probably our most popular. But when we opened West Concord, we didn't realize the demand for the English chocolate and biscuits, and we weren't going to stock it. And everybody's like, what? So we sell a lot of Cadbury's chocolate and biscuits. So we have a small selection of tea and biscuits and chocolate that people love too. But we sell a wide range of beautiful handmade products. We deal closely with all the suppliers in England. And despite the pandemic, we've been very fortunate that things have taken a little bit longer, but we've been able to keep our supplies going. And we're fortunate to open the shop. And I think people just love that we have something that's a little bit different to offer for gifts and everything.
What are your hours, and exactly where is the business if I were coming through West Acton?
Oh, sorry, getting stuck on my earrings. So we are located in West Acton at 562 Main Street, Massachusetts Street, sorry. But our main address, our door is located on Windsor. So we do have a Union Jack outside flying, and we do have signs on the building that point you to our shop.
And our current hours are Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 10 to 5. We'll see how it goes in summer. Then obviously come the fall, we'll be open much more pre the holiday season. And for anyone who has lived in Acton for some time, we always just say, remember the train shop? That's where we are.
Okay. And also, if you don't want to come into the shop, or if you've ordered online, you can pick up at any time. We're always here working, even if the shop's closed. So you can give us a call and arrange a pickup, or order online if you don't, order by phone if you don't want to order online, if that's not your thing. We're very flexible. So that's helped a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really exciting new business to have in town. Is there anything else you want folks to know about the Bee's Knees? Where'd you get the name from? What's the name? How'd you decide on that name?
A good friend in town, when we were playing around with names, and we didn't want to be like just your little Union Jack mug. We wanted to have really nice products. And the Bee's Knees is an expression in the UK, kind of, I think, the cat's meow here. So we sell, with the Bee's Knees, we sell the best stuff. So that's where, and we have the best customer service. We like to hope, well, we hope that that's what people say about us. So that's where that came from. And just that we have a lovely range of gift items, all price ranges. So if you're looking for something a little different, or you want to come in and chat and talk about England, lots of people seem to have connections to England or love going there. There's a lot of British people in the area who we chat with. We're always happy to chat too.
Well, it's very nice to meet you all, and congratulations on starting your business, your new version of your business. And I look forward to going over there and checking it out sometime soon. So thanks for being here.
Great.
Thank you for having us, John. Thank you.
And that wraps up our program for this morning. So everyone have a relaxing weekend, and we'll see you next week.